So I guess we continue with this now. We're on the discovery route because I have no idea who the hell this person is, but apparently he did get famous off of this viral Facebook video. So let's go ahead and continue on. The last thing he said was that there was no healthcare in Africa, which several places have while underfunded public healthcare. We did look that up. So this last claim was what exactly?
Treat y'all ass. And you know what? Don't worry about police brutality, whatever you call it, because they don't even got police in Africa, okay?
Now, let's just... Does Africa... Wow, that's not... Does Africa have police? South African Police Services. South Africa's National Police Force. Police forces on the African continents are a significant and little studied phenomenon. Wait. So you're telling me that he's wrong on that too? There are police in Africa. Okay. Okay.
You get shot, you just get shot, okay? Your husband knocked you upside the damn head, you just get knocked upside the head. And half y'all like to sue motherfuckers for every damn thing, so you get in a car wreck, guess what? They ain't got lawyers. They ain't even got no damn constitution.
You know what? Let's just see. Does Africa have lawyers? Oh. They have attorneys and advocates, which are what lawyers are called there. Okay. Cool. I'm glad to know that he doesn't know shit. I'm glad to know that a single Google search has so far debunked everything he said.
Ain't no such thing as rights in Africa.
Support local people, stand up to human rights abuses. Oh, wow! Human rights abuses in Africa? Well, for you to have the abuses, we have to already have rights there. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. That would be... Human rights moves up on Africa's agenda. Oh, wow. The establishment of human rights system in Africa are the United Nations, international law, and African Union, which have positively influenced the betterment of human rights situations on the continent. Extensive human rights abuses still occur, but they still occur here in America, so wait, hold on a minute. Are you telling me that this man has lied about every fucking thing he has said so far?
You ain't got no rights. So take your asses on back to Africa all you want to. Let me know how Farrakhan treats you. I'm gonna stay here with my white folks, okay? I got white friends. So, and a lot of people want to call me whitewashed. Well, let me tell you something here. I ain't whitewashed. Just because I don't blame the white man for everything, okay?
Nobody blames the white man for everything. You abs. Is this POC Trump? Yeah, basically. That's what this seems for.
Just because you got 9 kids, that ain't the white man's fault. He didn't push Tyrone inside you.
I think I'm gonna die of the stupid. Does he just, as a black person, does he just believe every stereotype he's been told about black people? Is that... Really? Do you just fight stereotype strawmen? Is that what you do?
He didn't. When your mama told you to get your ass up and go to school, and you skipped school and dropped out, and you ain't got no college degree, and you working at McDonald's, that ain't the white man's fault.
So, while it might not be the case, if you are underperforming in a school because that school is underfunded, and therefore you end up having to drop out and work in order to survive, and you don't end up going to college because you can't afford it, I hate to tell you, but that one is likely a result of redlining and the gentrification of neighborhoods as a result. Like, I hate to tell you this, but schools are funded at the local level. Individual schools are funded by local property taxes. So when the average income of an area is incredibly low, the funding for and usually the quality of education in an area also ends up being very low. I hate to tell you this, but it was white politicians that did most of that years ago. I hate to hit you every time with some really inconvenient fact that ruins whatever the hell you're saying. But
You had the damn opportunity. So I'm still trying to figure out why we blaming the white man, why y'all blaming the white man for every damn thing that's going on in your life.
can I just say, I can tell you exactly what his white friends probably call him. Given that this person probably hangs out in hyper-conservative spaces, I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. They probably call him one of the good ones, and if you're in a space that's calling you one of the good ones, maybe you should reevaluate the space that you're in. Just maybe.
Hell, somebody gonna blame the white man because his car broke down. You bought that raggedy motherfucker. You didn't get an oil change on that damn car. The white man did not set that shit up.
Oh, but hold on. I have a question. Is it not also possible, just with everything else you've been wrong on, is it not possible, with everything else you've been wrong on so far, that maybe the systemic poverty that someone was born into as a result of, shit people did years ago, shit white politicians did years ago, is it not fair to assume that that material condition that they were born into, which was not their fault, led to them not being able to get more education, which necessarily led to them not being able to get a better job, which necessarily led to them not being able to take care of themselves or take care of their car? Some people can't afford an oil change. Some people are not in a position where they can. Now, is it necessarily the white man's fault every time? No, but is it not fair to actually look back at the logical progression of events and use that as a beacon for here? Like, I'm sorry that inconveniently for you, reality is not shaped by conservatives.
So I'm still trying to figure out why we blaming the white man for every damn thing. Okay? Then on top of this, I want to know why, if you was born in the 80s, the 90s, the 70s, the 60s, why are you mad about slavery? It is 2016 going on 17. I'm trying to figure out what y'all mad for. Y'all wouldn't know.
Because, it's not very difficult. The material conditions that led to people being in slavery, they don't just go away when you get rid of slavery. There's this thing called generational wealth, and people who have generational wealth can afford to replace the oil in their car, can afford to do multiple things. You can't just go and say that this is all individual issues. If somebody cannot afford things because of the school they're in and because of the family that they were born into and the education they're able to receive, and this person cannot afford these things, and their parents could not afford these things, and their parents before that could not afford these things, sometimes this is the result of generations not having the ability to pull themselves up because they don't have access to generational wealth, because they've only had so many generations of being free in the same continent to do that. But it seems to me that Terrance here doesn't understand nuance. It seems that he doesn't understand that just because you were not born into slavery, or just because you were not born into segregation, that the material reality of your parents or forebears having been born into that would necessarily influence the outcomes of your life. Apparently that idea is foreign to him. Well, let's continue.
No damn slaves. I'm trying to figure some things out. Because, because My thing is, listen here. The whites bought the slaves fair and square, okay?
What? The what? The whites bought the slaves fair and square? Do you think that just because there was a purchase involved that owning slaves was fair? Is that... That's a fair and square thing for you? Okay. Is this loaded? Absolutely. Okay, yes it is. We'll just have that on standby. I'm sure nothing's gonna happen that's gonna require us needing this. Okay. Yep, that's...
It's called the slave trade. They went over there, traded y'all asses for some damn goods, okay? They gave the Africans blankets. The Africans gave the whites niggas, okay? I'm sorry, okay? The Europeans, pigs come from Europe. So, they took the pigs over to Africa, traded the goddamn hog for you. Since y'all think y'all slaves...
And you think that's a good thing?
It was a fair and square deal. They paid cash for y'all niggas. So, I don't know why you're mad.
I've deliberately avoided things on this person. I've not seen things on this person before. No wonder you have so many white conservative friends. You think just like them. To every person who's ever thought that a black person can't be racist, this man, and also Jesse Lee Peterson, is a wonderful example of why that thinking is wrong. You think that it's fair that people were slaves. This is going to come up later in the video. And don't worry, because even though I haven't seen this video, I have seen the video that made me look at this video. So this will come up later.
Because when none of you know damn slaves, I know that. You don't even know your damn ancestors. Then you want to...
Gee, I wonder why they don't know their ancestors, Terrance.
Holler all this Black Lives Matter bullshit. And you know what? I know a lot of people that say Black Lives Matter. I know a lot of black people that leave their grannies and their mamas in a nursing home to die. But you want to scream Black Lives Matter?
This is the common conservative tactic of attacking a slogan instead of attacking the reality of what the slogan stands for. You are attacking aesthetic and not actually attacking an argument. It's a straw man. Let's go ahead and talk about what BLM is. What is the argument from BLM? Because it's not that Black Lives Matter. That's the slogan. The argument is that Black Lives Matter as well, and they are being systemically abused, both in how, and this is a material reality thing, statistics back this up, both in how sentencing for whites and black are completely different in many cases, in how it is more likely to be killed by a police officer if you are black than if you are white. And then people like this dipshit here then try to argue things like, oh, well, if Black Lives Matter, then why this? I'm sorry. Is not being able to take care of a loved one and having them in a nursing home for one reason or another the same as getting shot by the police? And if you answer honestly, then you'll have to answer, no, it's not the same. Why did I make this dumb point? I'm such an idiot. But instead, you decided that this was a good point, and you decided to make this as a video. This is the video that got this man popular, apparently. These are not the same thing. And anybody with a brain cell can understand these are not the same thing. But, go off.
You don't even care about your damn mama's life.
So, can I just point out that this necessarily only is arguing against people who do this? Because not everybody who is black necessarily puts their mother or grandfather in a home. But, you know, stereotypical straw men, all black people have 9 kids, all of them throw their parents into nursing homes, all of them blame the white man for everything. I guess that's the point. I guess that's where he's at.
So, when y'all move back to Africa, let me know how Farrakhan treat y'all. Because I know one thing, people in Africa is moving here to the U.S. So I'm confused.
Because, okay, so let's just take this statement at its face value. Does everybody know the statement, grass is always greener? If there are people moving from the United States somewhere, and then people moving from somewhere to the United States, you suddenly would have to be confused. Except you don't have to be confused, because the material conditions that lead somebody to leave Africa might not be the same as the material conditions that are leading somebody to leave the United States. It's not like somebody said, I can't get rich in the U.S., I'm going to get rich in Africa and move to Africa. That's not generally what you see. What you see is somebody going, hey, I might be more financially well off by moving to the United States, so they try to move up here. But then somebody in the United States goes, I am not financially well off. That's not my issue. My issue is that my government is mistreating me. My issue is that I don't have health care. My issue is that I'm being systemically discriminated against. My issue is that I don't have access to education. My issue is that the public area around me that is funding the school that I was supposed to have gone to get an education is underfunded because of redlining. And they might try to go somewhere else where these things are not necessarily happening. Now, that's not to say that either position is more valid or informed than the other. The likelihood that somebody moving up here is going to suddenly change their material reality into being a better one is very low. The chances of somebody being treated better when they move down to Africa from the United States, I do not know. I cannot comment on that, outside of the few things we've debunked in the video so far. But what I can say, honestly and truthfully, is that to sit here and say, I'm confused how 2 completely separate people with 2 completely separate motivations might make 2 completely different decisions is a dishonest take. I don't know if there's anything else we can glean from that particular video, but we can see the video that led me to watch this. Because remember how he said they bought you fair and square? That whole shtick? Well, it's about to come up here.
Do y'all not know that they just banned the president of the United States of America?
Yeah, it was a bit late, but yeah, they did.
I don't give a damn what side you on.
Yes, you do. Don't even fucking lie. Yes, you do. You do care. Otherwise, we wouldn't be seeing you make this video.
They just banned the president of the United States of America.
Yes. Strange that a privately owned company could potentially, well, publicly traded, but you know what I mean, could potentially look at a private user on their platform and then say, hey, this user is doing something against the terms of service that we, as a private company, laid out and they agreed to. What was that earlier about fair and square? What was that earlier about trading pigs for people and that made it okay? Because if you want to talk about fair and square, I can't think of, in this person's estimation at least, anything more fair and square than signing a terms of service violating the terms of service, and then being kicked out. It's the same thing as getting fired for a job for breaking company policy. What's the difference here, Terrance? Is there a difference here? I don't think so. But yet here you are, crying foul.
Every single body in this country should be alarmed by that.
No, not really. What's alarming is that they didn't do it sooner. What's alarming is that Twitter could have done this and didn't while they were worried about Section 230 getting repealed, which would have necessarily meant they had to sit down and police their own platform for fuck ever. What's alarming is that Twitter did this at the last possible second so as to be essentially something that makes them the hero, makes them the good guy. It's like when the hero of the story lets 10 or 20 people die, and then they finally finish their hero's journey where they've had all their introspection and they come to save the day. But you can't unkill the 20 people that died while you were getting your shit together? That's functionally what's happened here. That's the alarming stuff. The alarming thing to me is that this didn't happen sooner. And yet, it is somehow alarming to the person who made the statement before that it was fair for the slaves to be forced over here because somebody traded a pig for them.
Do y'all not... I don't care what side you on.
Yes, you do.
I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care
Yes, you do.
if you are a Republican.
Yes, you do. You love those fuckers.
I don't care if you are liberal or
You don't even know what that means.
conservative.
You don't know what that means either.
They just banned the president.
Yep.
Do they really got that much power?
Yes, he signed a terms of service over to them that said that they did have that much power.
Where they are silencing the president of the United States of America?
Oh, so the president can't speak on national television? The president cannot speak from the Oval Office? The president cannot speak from the platforms that have been available to him legally for the last 4 years? He just can't use the one that he prefers, where he can sit on the toilet and take a crap and talk to everybody. That's the one that he can't use now. Oh, well, he certainly could use Parler, but that's going to be a thing for later in the video. You're saying that he doesn't have access to any of those? That he's suddenly silent? The president that can go on national television? The president who has the ability to make an emergency broadcast happen where he is beamed into everybody's houses pretty much non-voluntarily so long as they have access to cable TV. That man is silenced? Really? That's what you think? Oh boy. What a sheltered life you must live. So sheltered, in fact, that you don't know what systemic racism is. Gee, I wonder how these things could correlate.
And y'all think this shit is funny?
Oh, it's fucking hilarious. Oh, your meltdowns are catharsis for me. Do not get me wrong, good sir. Do I wish I lived in the material reality where these meltdowns didn't have to happen? Yes, that would be the better of all worlds. But since I live in the lesser of those worlds, I'm going to go ahead and take my catharsis where I can. And right now, your public meltdown is part of my happiness.
I don't care about my language right now. I don't give a damn. This is some...
I don't care about my language. I'll use the D word. The dirty damn word. You know what's great about the conservative view on curse words is that there's a certain amount of words that are like, they're bad and not healthy to use in conversation, but really, can I ask who's actually hurt when I say fuck? Can I ask who's actually hurt when I say ass? Or damn? An argument can be made about bitch, because it is gendered. But who's really hurt by most of the swear words that we have? How do those individually, that are not attached to systemic issues, that are not attached to historic racism, that are not attached to marginalizing groups, how are those words so bad? Brutus has it right in the chat. They hate swear words. The fuck word is bad, but slurs. They'll slurp those right up.
bullshit.
Oh, he said the shit word. I forgot about that one. Oh no, the horrible shit word. Guys, we're not allowed to say the shit word in chat. We're not allowed to say the shit word on YouTube. It's dirty. It's incredibly dirty. Because it marginalizes people with opinions that look, smell, and act like shit.
This some bullshit, and y'all know it.
Question.
Sure.
It's from Twitter. When do you think the C is gonna be added to LGBTQA plus? You know, for conservatives, since they're being discriminated against.
Probably never. Probably never.
That was a legitimate thing I saw on Twitter.
I've seen it as well. This person apparently wants to be part of the LGBTQIA plus C community. Except for him, it's going to be some other derogatory C word.
If they are coming for the president, you damn...
No, my dude. There is somebody coming for the president right now. And it is not Twitter.
And it's not his wife.
It's you. It's you, my friend. You are the only one here coming for Trump. You are the type of person who sits there and when you think of his massive, well, massively understated, I suppose, mushroom, you are the type of person who just, I wish he would use that on me. That's the type of person that this is. The people who worship Trump like he's a god emperor. No, somebody's coming for Trump, dude. And it is not Twitter.
Damn right, they're coming for you too.
No. Nobody's coming for me. He's so mad.
You damn right, they're coming for me.
I mean, you might have a point just in the attractiveness venue. Like, there's probably statistically more people who are attracted to you than me, so yeah, there might be a few more people coming to you, for you, around you, but I don't see how that's an argument.
This is absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, a bunch of people coming for you would be disgusting. Keep that shit private, and in your pants.
Follow me on Parler.
Oh, don't worry. We'll get into that in another video. Why that's not going to be happening. So, how did everybody like their introduction to Terrance Williams? Because this was my introduction to him as well. And I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little grossed out. The fact that this human being breathes the same oxygen as me makes me feel like my body's been violated a bit. But I guess it's fair and square. I mean, we got to get enjoyment out of him, so I guess he can torture me a little bit. Not that I would expect his estimation of what's fair and square to actually pan out. Because, well, at the end of the day, his estimation of fair and square is trading a pig for a person. But you know, things that aged poorly. This aged in a matter of days. No wonder this person was invited to sit at the table with President Trump and Melania. Of course he was invited to sit at the table with them. He's a simp for them. Something I can say because we're not on Twitch. This dude labels himself as a comedian. But I'm going to go ahead and refer to Poe's law. When your beliefs are so extreme, I have no way of determining whether or not you're Poe or not Poe. Anyway, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, follow me on Parler. No, don't do that. If you want to follow me on social media, though, I do have my Twitter in the description. That said, thank you all for watching. I'm going to go ahead and move into the next topic after we read some Super Chats.